Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing okay despite the fact that we're all going a little bit stir crazy over this case. With everything that's been going on, I have decided to go back to basics. I want to go and find out things that I just overlooked in the beginning. So one of the first things I did was go back and look at Hunter's interviews and his mom's interviews, and I found just some things that I wanted to clarify within myself and ask you guys for a little bit of help. Obviously, we see that they were very close. I just wanted to go back and check, where their friendship was and when around the time did it end. And I do think that this has a lot to do with Summer's case. I'm not saying that they are guilty of anything, but I think that there's something there between the two parties that they're keeping from us. And I don't know what it is. Like I said, I just think this. It's all of my own opinion. One thing that they did mention was the stuff about Jose. When I went back over the interview with Unmasked, Allie mentions Jose was hitting on her daughter, which absolutely leaves me with more questions than answers, especially because Hunter's dad was trying to get him back at the beginning of this case. So does anybody know? Can anybody clarify that for me? There are just so many avenues of this case that I'm not fully aware of. And because of what's been going on, I just don't feel comfortable making assumptions anymore. What I can say is that True, Hunter, Allie, they were all very close with Candace, and they seemed to be at each other's house a lot and did a lot of things together. As you saw in some posts, Candace even refers to them as family. She said Hunter was like a son to her, and True felt like Summer was a sister to her, and that's what Hunter said as well. I could see how a bond like that would be hard to break with the kids wanting to continue to hang out, but as a mom, I don't think I would let my kids hang out with somebody I had a falling out with. It just doesn't seem logical to me.
Okay. All right, any more, Melissa?
No, that's all. Go ahead.
Has anybody had contact with Jose since he got taken to North Carolina, as far as you know, Allie or Leslie?
Nope, and I prefer not to hear from him ever again because there's these things that you post on Facebook, like 1 through 10, what am I to you? Well, my oldest had it up on her Facebook one day, and he turned around and he goes, "Number 10, your crush, LOL. I'm sorry, you're a 43-year-old man. What in the hell are you doing? Tell my 15-year-old daughter you got a crush on her. That's nasty."
Like, you're gone.
Nasty.
Blocked from every platform.
It seems like Allie does have the ability to cut people off, but she didn't cut Candace off for what reason? I really wonder what she had a falling out with her about. For now, all we know is Hunter's a regular kid who got invited fishing on this tragic day. But, I don't know. I still feel like this may have more to do with Summer in the creek than we initially thought. I'm not, of course, saying that he's guilty of anything, but do they know more? Are they all hiding stuff from us? I definitely feel that way. And with a little girl missing, sometimes I get more angry than I should, but I think, shouldn't they be more focused? Shouldn't they be telling us more? If they're willing to pull pranks to prove a point, why can't they just tell us the truth to prove a point? I sit back and wonder if the TBI told Allie and Hunter to stop talking, but haven't told Candace and Dawn to stop talking. Is there something behind that? When Allie was in reference of the 3 hours that were missing, she said that was something the police didn't want them to divulge because of the interrogation. But the interrogation into what exactly? I don't know if we know. Is it maybe just Hunter and Candace were hanging out and doing bad stuff and they didn't want them to divulge it because Hunter's a minor? Or did Hunter tell them something that we don't know yet? I do feel really bad that he's so young and being wrapped up in this, and it took me a long time to actually put this together because I don't want to hurt his reputation. As we know, he's just a boy. And from what I've seen in his interviews, he is trying to give it all up. So, what's up? What's going on here? Why did this family have a falling out, and why were the kids still allowed to hang out with the family they had a falling out with? And Don himself says stuff about Hunter, like that he was in a gang and stuff like that because he was throwing hand signs and pictures, which I don't think really meant he was in a gang. I think that's just things teens do. But with that being said, if he was so on the fence about him, why is it okay with him that his family hangs out with him? Or do you think he wasn't okay with it? Hunter's grandma and Candace seem to have had a falling out as well, but I think it was because of the grandma that they had met initially. So I wonder when Leslie stopped, trusting them, but still letting the kids go over there and hang out. I do know that Summer had a close connection to True, and maybe that's why Candace wanted her around, but I do think that it was weird that when she would run away, she would go to Candace's house. As a parent, I would feel that would make me upset and I wouldn't want them to hang out with them any longer. But again, they were allowed to go hang out. So what is it?
Who got the most whoopings growing up? Who got in the least amount of trouble growing up? Who is the rebel child? Who made better grades in school? Who talked back more? Who is the funniest? Who is the most expensive child? Who is more financially responsible? Who goes out more? Who spends the most money on unnecessary things? Who will get married first? Who will have kids first? Who has the most style? Who has had the most boyfriends or girlfriends? Who is the meanest? Who is the loudest? Who is the sneakiest? Who is more caring? Who is the overdramatic one? Who is the overprotective one? Who will be the last to leave the house after they're grown? Who will put y'all in a nursing home?
I'm not trying to play the blame game, but I'm going to say that I know this isn't Hunter's fault. All of this, what's going on, it could have been avoided. If Summer had been in reach of her mom, then we would have always known where she was and what she was doing and who she was doing it with. With that being said, accidents do happen and children do definitely get away from you, but enough for them to be kidnapped from your home? I don't know. This is all just so bizarre.
Not mom listening to damn Christmas music. Look at you, mom.
And all these cast characters, it's just too insane. And I kind of wish I wouldn't have gotten into this case, but it's not about them. It really is about Summer. This little girl has stolen my heart, and now I can't get her off my mind. So I want to figure out what happened, what went wrong, and why will be the question that I ask when Summer's found. But for now, why was Summer with Hunter and not her brothers? Were they really supposed to stay at home to clean? And if Candace had a falling out with them, why were they hanging out? I didn't get the vibe that Allie hated Candace, but from what it appears, once they had their falling out, they had their falling out, and I didn't see them hanging out anymore. I want to know why that day? Why was Hunter invited to go fishing that day? I think that's a pretty good question to start at. What do you guys think? Because as of right now, I definitely have some questions.